Dragons will return after these messages. Coming from the farthest reaches of the universe to challenge the worst villains on Earth are the most powerful heroes ever in the battle of the Superpowers Collection. Superpowers figures with power action, each sold separately.
Superpowers we built. See them and they've got power action like Superman and the Flash. Watch out for the Joker. Last week's power suit isn't power action. And he's because of the mini comics.
The Superpowers Collection, Superman, the Flash, Lex Luthor, Joker, and other figures with power action, each sold separately, new from Kenner.
StreamYard-Studio.
Awesome sauce. I'm better, but I'm still not 100%, as you can hear on my chest. I still can't do the high-pitched awesome sauce properly yet. About 85% back to health. Some symptoms of COVID are lingering. This is Awesome Sauce Radio. I'm your mentally undeveloped party host, Blind Adam Wonders, the comic pimp. Before we bring in my guest and my man in the chair, I want to give 3 quick shout outs. I want to shout out Calamity Collectibles, Calamity_Collectibles on eBay, Calamity_Collectibles spelt with an A. Don't know why he got spelled with a freaking A, but when he gets here later on, we'll talk about that. But he's gonna drop an announcement about a new project he's gonna be launching tonight. But support my good friend Calamity_Collectibles. Love that kid, proud of that kid. Show him some love. Also, Comic Crusaders, www.comiccrusaders.com. The real mega. Comic Crusaders is a great comic book news source. Check them out. And tell them Blind Adam sent you. You can send if you don't like anything I say tonight, if I offend anyone, send all the hate mail to almega at comiccrusaders@gmail.com. That's what I say. That's what I think. Also want to give a big shout out to Torpedo Comics. Want to thank the people I spoke to at Torpedo Comics answering all my questions about TorpedoCon, and I might be flying out to the West Coast to that. Not sure yet. Double check the things. First, I want to bring in my man in the chair, the man who makes everything on the show look sexy each and every Tuesday night. We're gonna take it easy on him tonight because he got his 955th tattoo. The one, the only, JV Wheels.
I wish it was 955. What's up, y'all?
Hey, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Good. Now we just gotta heal.
Nice. And of course, when we use our tattoo healing, it's
head over to madrabbit.com. Use code JVWheels for 20% off, man.
Also, everyone follow JV's podcast, the Wheels Podcast on Twitch.
Yes, sir.
He'll have new material coming out soon, and
Than you think.
I think our guest should be in the green room at this point, hopefully.
Yeah, he's in there, so I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna be in the background, and I'm gonna bring him in.
All right, let's bring in the legendary, the man who's investigating everything, exposing everyone's deep, dirtiest secrets. The man who introduced me to the splendors. That's Roosevelt Avenue. Pizza, chicas. The one, the only, keeping it thorough.
Yeah, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you, man.
I'm feeling better since the last time we actually talked.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, I still have some lingering effects of the COVID, a little bit of the cough. Still get tired every now and then, but that's
it happens, dude. I fell under the same thing with COVID too. I left, came back, and I guess somebody on the airplane must have had it because my daughter ended up catching it, the wife, my other daughter, and then of course me. So you feel the effects of it, a little bit after the fact, but you get over it, dude. Positive thoughts, positive thinking, all that.
That'll
help you get through
my first time
everything.
actually going into the outside world in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
because
Oh,
the
for
bills
real?
aren't going to pay themselves. So I had to go to the bank, and then I made the mistake of volunteering, calling my parents, asked them if they wanted me to pick up dinner tonight, and of course they said yes.
Oh,
So I
okay.
did food shopping for the first time in weeks. So came
That's
home
what's
like
up,
all
man.
tired.
That's what's
How was
up.
your
That's what's
trip?
up.
How was your trip?
Everything was good, man. I can't complain. It's like I tell people, you go to any other country, and you learn things. You see things that are different. It makes you grateful. It makes you appreciate everything that you have. It definitely was a hell of an experience. It was, something that I can at least hold in my mind. I'm hoping to go back, to be honest with you, again, because I thought it was an amazing freaking trip. But outside of that, yeah, man, it made me just super thankful and grateful for everything that I have. I thought I was grateful to begin with, but this trip, just seeing little kids that are like my daughter's age, man, 3, 4, 5 years old, out on the streets because they need to make money to help their families out. And you start to think, I'm like, man, I couldn't fathom the fact that both my daughters would have to be out there on the streets like that, and selling candy and doing things of that nature. And you're not even talking about in like broad daylight. You're talking about in the middle of the night. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So yeah, it was tough to see that, man. It literally it broke me, but it's like it's the truth. Those are the times when you want to be a superhero. You want to be able to save absolutely everybody, and especially when it's children. It was super tough, but I'm grateful to God for that experience, though, man.
That's awesome. What is your new channel showcasing your trip to Ecuador?
So I haven't done it yet because I'm right now I'm editing a lot of this stuff, a lot of the videos that I have from
Mhm.
over there. So I'm trying to make videos to be like less than 10 minutes so
Mhm.
that so that people get to watch it, enjoy it. People, everybody's in a rush. Nobody wants to sit through videos that are going for like an hour, 2 hours. So I have to like cut everything up. And I'm still trying to figure out a good name for the channel before I go live with it. And I've been playing around with a lot of different names. So hopefully by next week, I'm hoping for the best right now. But hopefully by next week, I'll start to have the new channel up and the new content, everything with the trip, going over there to Ecuador, and then everything else outside of that, man. I'm just going to be talking about experiences of life, talking about a lot of different things. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Um, so they, yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see where we go to with that.
All right, cool. I'm looking forward to checking that out.
Yeah, definitely, brother. I appreciate it, man. And yo, how are you, bro?
I'm doing better. I actually, you know, uh, got myself into a they call it a little bit of blindness skill refreshing training behind
Yeah,
the
yeah,
scenes.
yeah, yeah,
So you learn some computer stuff and a little bit of cooking and just help me get over this little mental help I've been having.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. No, I got
so
you.
doing better that way, and uh, still doing my thing here on Awesome Sauce Radio, and uh, you know, gonna start organizing a collection I bought about 5 years ago.
Oh, really? Oh, damn. Okay. Good luck with that, man. Listen, I got a collection for like 20 years here. I think like I'll put stuff, and all of a sudden I'm like, all right, I'm gonna organize. Man, it's like next thing you know, work comes, all these different things, life, kids,
Yep.
family, all that, and then it's like, I don't ever get to it, and I still just have a hot mess, of comic books behind me and like literally all around me. It's like it. I've come to a point, to be honest with you, Adam, where I'm gonna be going like in full selling mode. And whatever I get for them, I'm not gonna be charging people like full freaking eBay prices and all that. I'm just gonna give it, for the best and reasonable price out there, so that people can enjoy it, people can have books, because I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's starting to get overwhelming. Like
Yep. I
just the
hear that.
amount of comics that I have, bro. It's crazy.
I guess it just gets to a point where you get, God forbid if you get sick, someone in the family gets sick, and
No, yeah, that too,
you,
and
I don't know. I came over to my brother's house because we did St. Patrick's Day dinner. It was nice to see the kids, and he
Oh, that's
actually
what's
bought.
up, man.
They're a bunch of little punks. They, all,
Left bracket 2024-03-20.
A 5 and 7, a blind person watching a 5, a 7, and a 3-year-old is like, there's other things that Braille comes easier to me sometimes than that stuff.
I could imagine, man. I got a 5 and a 3-year-old, and listen, to me, it's like me freaking just even having to deal with both of them is a challenge in itself. So I can only imagine for you, bro.
At least we were at their house, so my brother, they're the one that they're like, Uncle Matthew, you come to the trampoline and watch us. They're like, yeah, Uncle Adam, you can't see us anyways. Just go inside. It's like, and I was like, you go back. I was like, I can't wait to your teenage. So at least I can call you a little bitch to your face. I think in my head.
At least they have a sense of humor, man. It's like my kids, dude. My kids will say all kind of reckless stuff, and I'm just there like, I'm like, I don't even know what to say because I can't call you anything. I can't call you out of your name. So it's like, what do you do?
And then I was just thinking back, and then my other brother, I said, they're still your kids. As my brother was calling me some choice words I cannot say without getting canceled on YouTube.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy, but it's fun, man. It's fun. It's fun to, to have family. It's like I said, certain times it's tough, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think I could ever trade it for the world. To be honest with you, I love both my daughters. I don't think you ever. It's so true. When I used to hear people say who had kids who were like, yo, you would never feel the love that you feel until you have children. Like it's completely different. Like the love that I have for my wife, that's like insurmountable. But versus the love that I have for my kids, it's just completely different. It's something that it's honestly like if it's like a piece of you. And that's why, like, when my kids get sick, like when my daughter had COVID, I wasn't too worried, but at the same time, it was like, yo, you hate watching them being sick because it looks like there's nothing that you can do at that moment. It's like you want to do everything to make them feel better. You want to take away, their sickness and everything like that. So it's not, it's not easy, but at the same time, man, you know what? Like I tell everybody, it's like, it leads you, all those little things that happen in life lead you to be grateful for everything that you have. And when you start being grateful for a lot of the things that you have, man, there's nothing that could stop you, bro. I've learned that over time, and it's sad to say that it took me until I turned 40 to start realizing a lot of these things. But nonetheless, I'm glad that better late than never, right?
Exactly. There's some people who never get it.
Yeah, exactly. It's so true, man.
Yeah, I mean, I know that you're a big Bruce Lee fan.
Yes, sir.
I want to show you a Bruce Lee collectible I found that I did not know existed to this day.
Okay, I gotta see this.
Yeah, this is a promotional comic for Enter the Dragon.
Oh yes, dude. I'm very, very familiar with this.
I did not know this existed until I knew I wanted to bring up the topic of Bruce Lee tonight. I was looking for something I could show off, and I've never seen this before.
Yeah, this is freaking badass, bro. That's badass. Now, do you have this?
No, I don't. This is like I got the picture off of
something
eBay.
That you ended up finding.
I did not buy it because I don't know. I doubt that $300 is a fair price to pay on it.
I don't know, man. It really comes down. I don't see this too often. I'm very well aware of this. I don't, to be honest with you, I would love to know how rare this is, and it might be because during that time, you gotta remember, I think this came out back in the 70s. Yeah. So there's a good chance that some people use this and put this in in a bird cage to catch
exactly.
droppings. You just never know. So there could be a good, honest rarity to this, bro. And that's badass. Trust me, I've looked for this like in antique houses. Anything that's related to Bruce Lee, anything like that, I always pick up whenever I find something if I don't have it. But man,
Yeah, to me, my
$345.
holy grail is an autographed Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon movie poster.
Trust me, brother. I would love to have, but Jesus, some of those prices for those Bruce Lees.
Yeah, I've seen what autographed Bruce Lee stuff goes for. I'm just like, and then I'm at this point where I don't need, as long as if it's a reprinted autograph, as long as the autograph is real.
Yeah.
I'm now at a point where I'm fine with that.
I think they even did. I think they even had like. Didn't one of these trading card companies come out with like the autograph cards? And you were lucky. I think Bruce Lee.
I'm just getting back into the non-sports trading cards. So
I think they did, and I think Bruce Lee's autograph on one of these card things. It's like that. That's like a huge hit. And I was just like, I was like, I don't know if somebody ever pulled it. I have no freaking clue. I'm assuming somebody has. And who the hell knows? That thing might be up for sale somewhere. But I can only imagine how much they're asking for that.
Yeah, same here. Do you have a go-to Bruce Lee movie?
I feel like everybody always says Enter the Dragon. I think that always forever is like my go-to, man. Like no matter what. And I know he's had other movies outside of that, but Enter the Dragon has forever been that nostalgic movie. The conversations he has in there, just his wisdom that he expresses throughout the movie. I think that has forever fallen, it's never fallen on deaf ears when it came to me. Let me just put it that way. So for me, I think Enter the Dragon. I must have seen that movie like hundreds of times, bro.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's my birth movie, so I normally watch it around stores year-wise. So I usually watch it a little bit closer to my birthday almost every year.
Oh, nice. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, and I actually don't have a new favorite quote where he's talking about accepting death.
Yeah.
Now it makes the world of sense to me.
Yeah, it does, bro. And then you look at how old he passed away at. He was super young.
Yep.
In his early 30s, passing away, and it was just like a lot of people that and you still have the conspiracy. I believe more in the conspiracy than anything else. I think that they did not like him influencing any Westerners in martial arts. I think that people were after him. I still believe that. I don't think that he just for a guy to be as fit as he is, and the whole talk about how they said that the reason he passed away was because they mixed some medications that weren't supposed to be mixed.
Yeah,
I don't believe it, dude. I think that they were out for him, and to this day, I don't think anybody could ever change my mind on that. I know that they call it conspiracy, but look at how many conspiracy theories are true nowadays.
Oh,
so
yeah. I also watched there was some True Hollywood documentary on cursed.
Yeah.
Hollywood curses, like the Bruce Lee and Brendan Lee was like number 3 on that list out of the top 10. Because people forget Brandon died really young too.
Yeah, no, exactly too. And he passed away, doing a movie. That was like a tragedy in itself too. It's that was super tough. And even then, that's another favorite movie of mine that I could just watch repeatedly. That's why I don't know. Did you get a chance to get a crack?
Yeah, that's the reason I was just about to segue into this. Yes, I stole Segue from Beyond Wednesdays, which you can check out tomorrow night at whenever Brian comes on.
Yeah.
Beyond Wednesday is awesome sauce. But did you? I have no clue. Why in the fuck do we need another Crow movie?
To be honest with you, I think that they're just trying to milk things and they're trying to like bring the nostalgia of it. But You know what I picked out of that trailer was that he was, the humanity of Eric it was completely taken away. It's more like now he's exposing. You even see it in the trailer that one guy who's like, I guess, training him or whatever, and he's telling him now you have these godlike powers. He starts to make himself feel like he's godlike. And I wasn't, for me personally, I really wasn't feeling that because you took away from the humanity aspect of it.
Yeah, I had to
So
rewatch the show one more time because I didn't catch that aspect of it because I was just in
yeah,
awe of how this pisses on the great character created by James O'Barr. Here's another really horrible Crow movie to water down the franchise even more.
yeah, and
I have love for the first two.
no, oh, of course, yeah, and everything after that, like I remember when they did the one with what's his name, Edward Furlong, and John, who played John Connor, Terminator
Yep.
2. When they did that movie was fucking terrible. Like I was just like, yo, who decided to do this? And again, it was that milking process. They had something that a lot of people were fans of but again, I don't think nothing is ever gonna touch the nostalgia of what Brandon Lee brought to the table when he played Eric in the movie. And like I told you, he was more on on the end of humanity, seeking revenge. Like he acknowledged the fact that he had these godlike powers, but he never made himself or exhibit himself like if he was a god. You see what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
was just still on the humane end of things. It was like, he was driven by love more than it was revenge. It was because of how much he loved his girl, his wife, and how he went to that extent where he was like, oh man, you guys are all going to pay for the death of me and my wife. And it was just
my
like,
favorite scene is when he's in Gideon's and he's just like, each one of these is a life you helped destroy.
yeah.
No, I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you. Your job is to tell them that death is coming tonight.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
His regards.
One of the most solid like freaking things to be ever said in a movie. That's why I don't think like this movie. The action sequences, it looked really cool. Don't get me wrong on that. But as far as where the story is headed, I felt like just watching the trailer, I felt like I just watched the whole movie. To be honest with you.
That's a complaint I'm hearing. I heard a lot, and just like I'm at this point where I think Hollywood has no original ideas anymore.
No. That's the reason why you see them going into comic books. You see them going into people's books. You see them going into a lot of things.
Video games.
And, yeah, exactly.
Video games is the next tour they're gonna pour out for every
like
they have.
Like you see the Borderlands movies coming out. I wasn't like too sold on it. I was like, when it comes out on demand or whatever, I'll watch it. But outside of that, I was like, I don't even have, the itch to want to go to the movie theaters and sit there and watch that movie. It's more like, oh, I'll watch it when it comes out. I enjoyed the Borderlands games, but for the movie, I'm not like, I really wasn't too sold on it.
I may do something for the new Ghostbusters, and in the theater.
That I want to do. I definitely want to go watch that movie in the movie theaters. And then Deadpool. When
Deadpool's definite. Speaking of mutant properties, what do you think of X-Men 97 and what we're getting tomorrow night?
I don't know, bro. I personally don't have faith in it. I really can't say too much because it hasn't come out. I feel like, the bits that have come out, I feel like they've been putting out all these crazy action sequences to drive, to get people to want to watch it. But I honestly don't know, bro. I just feel like they're going, Disney being Disney, they're going ass backwards. I've spoken out about the whole about all the inclusion crap and everything that they have. I'm like, I get it. It's wonderful.
I inclusion so I can take everybody's money, Thuro. Oh boy, I'm poor Mickey Mouse.
Exactly, and that's literally what it is, dude. I don't, you know what I mean? I was like, it's cool. It's fine and dandy that people want inclusion and all that shit, but it's like, yo, just let it be natural. Don't start changing things up. Don't start saying like, I don't know if you heard the latest rumor. So like Captain America: Brave New World or whatever, it was originally called New World Order.
Oh, with
So
their really really shitty test screenings, and now
yeah,
we're
because it became super political. And one thing that's coming out right now is that I didn't freaking know was that supposedly this is I don't know. I'll say allegedly because that's a wonderful word nowadays. Allegedly, they're saying that Sam Wilson was going to be coming out as gay in the
Get
movie.
the fuck out of here,
Dude, I'm not even fucking lying to you, man. That's been coming across. I've been seeing stuff on Reddit all day today about it. I watched somebody sent me a video on YouTube, and they were talking about that, and they were just like, and they were saying that the movie apparently just went like super freaking woke, and I was just like, yo, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, no wonder that shit fucking failed at the test screenings when you
dear
guys went
Mickey
and fucking
Mouse.
showed the movie. It's
Take this Captain
crazy, dude.
America movie. Oh no, dear Mickey, take this Captain America: Brave New World thing, and walk it over to Discovery and put that next to the Becker movie that's on the shelf.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. Just the direction that they're heading, and again, like I said, I don't care, like what walk of life you're from, what you believe in, any of that shit. Don't ever care. You live your own life. That's your choice, right? That's your right to do so. But to consistently try to like movies, shows, everything, to just consistently try to appease everybody and try to say, oh, we're gonna do this and then change everything up. It's like, come on, like to just randomly come out and be like, yo, Sam Wilson is gay. And I was like, come on, bro. When is enough enough? Like, you know,
You could wait for the X-Men to come out and then put North Star in something and have it be natural.
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
not like Marvel and DC don't have alphabet people characters in it.
Yeah.
LBTBQXEYZW.
No, it's the same thing. Like, look at the whole thing. People were already up in arms about Morph when Bo DeMille came out and said that this dude is freaking what's the damn non-binary.
Yeah.
And it's like people believe that shit, and I'm like, yo, how can you be non-binary and you're Morph, bro? Like, you were a dude from the beginning. Like, you were a dude from the moment you were born. You mutated. You did all that stuff. You have been a guy. You cannot be non-binary just because you could freaking morph and turn into like a female or whatever. It's like, bro, come on, like that's like now they're reaching over the top. And again, it's
I
that
actually had to
whole
go
like,
back and
inclusion
watch
shit.
the first 2 episodes of the original animated series. So I was thinking in my head, I was like, could that have been maybe he was non-binary in the beginning and they were just being 1990s not in your face about it? So
But not even though, because it was a power of his. It was like Mystique. What are they going to say?
Yeah.
That Mystique is non-binary. Mystique has been a female from the jump. She could just morph into anything, just like Morph can. So you really can't say. I mean, he's a guy, was born a guy, had mutant powers to freaking morph into anything. So you really can't say he's non-binary. It's the same thing with like I said with Mystique, born a woman, was mutated, had the mutant gene in her, can freaking switch and turn into anybody she wants. It's like, yo, you're not non-binary. Morph was a dude, Mystique was a chick, and that's how And I'm about to sound like Stone Cold over here because I'm like, and that's the bottom line, like like that. That's what that's what it comes down to. But and these are my things. Is like you leave those things, let it be how it is. It's like they know what they're doing. It's like you look at DC, right? You look at Superboy. Superboy, they turned him, made him bisexual, then all of a sudden they start, trying to retcon it and say, oh, he never was bisexual.
Because they didn't get the response that they wanted.
Exactly. So
I didn't have a problem with John Gay being bi. I was like, you know what? This is a new Superboy. Amazon, stop. It was a new Superboy for a new era. And, if they wanted to so they can have their cake, eat it too, at a corporate level.
Yeah, exactly.
But when it does, but don't like honestly recon it just because it didn't work out the way you wanted it to, because then you're gonna get pissed off the fans you made it made because you made it bisexual.
Hmm. And that's exactly it. Is like, yo, you can't go back and all of a sudden, because then right there you're caught. Then we all know now that you did these changes, you did these things because of what was the trend. That's what I called it. What was the trend and what was going on, in out in public. And as soon as they did that, that's what happened. They were just like, they started to change things up, trying to appease. But then it's like, in reality, what was your market like? They started to see that the market was failing. They started to see that they weren't selling comics anymore when it came to Superboy. So now all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're gonna retcon it and be like, oh no, they'll come up with some bullshit, be like, oh, it was a clone. It was this, it was that, and it's like, bro,
It happened
like,
it happened at Earth 69.
exactly. Like they'll come up with all kind of bullshit, and I'm just there, kind of like, come on, man. It's like, yeah, you got to be kidding me with that shit. But
Yeah.
again, to each their own, and they'll start to realize, like, you don't have to push shit in people's faces. A good example that I try to always give people, because people be like, oh, you're a bigot, you're this to me and that. I'm like, no, I'm not, because it's like, for example, like I have a One Piece flag, for the Straw Hat Pirates, right on my wall behind me, right? And I'm
Mhm.
a big anime fan, huge. Like, I love anime. You see a lot of anime stuff integrated with my comic book stuff. And I always tell people, anime, manga, they do it the best. They have everybody from all walk of life. You're gay, transgender, all that stuff. But guess what they do? They organically introduce them as their own characters. They don't just randomly come out here and all of a sudden be like, oh, let's change you because this is the hot trend right now. This is what's trending in the world. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, you never once see them do that shit with any anime. It's like they always had that since the 80s in anime. They've always introduced that. Nobody has ever freaking, like freaking ran up a storm saying like, oh, I can't stand that you guys are doing all this crap and doing this and making it woke. Never once do you hear people complain about that. Why? Because they freaking created these characters from the jump, and this is how these characters were. They would never freaking just out of randomly just come out and be like, boom, here you go, let's go put this in your face because this is what's going on in the world right now, and everybody wants representation. It's like, come on, man. It's the same thing. Like, for me, I look at like Hispanic Heritage Month, all that crap, man. It's a bunch of BS, man. Just trying to appease people. I don't need no damn month to verify who the hell I am as a person. It's like, it's just them trying to be try to feel pitiful towards you for being different and not being some
I have one question.
yeah.
Where's the handicap month?
Where's the
Uh,
what?
where's the handicap person month?
Exactly. Thank you, bro. They don't. They don't give. They don't
Black
give any of that.
history, Hispanic history, women history, alien
They don't do.
history,
They give
dog
Pride Month. They
together
gave.
history.
They give a whole month for Pride. They do all that stuff. You're right, bro. Where's anything for anybody that's handicapped? Where's a month for
Yeah,
them?
I
I don't
mean,
ever see that shit.
you know, it's just like I I think there's Asian History Month somewhere down the road,
They're not gonna have. Oh yeah, they do. What is it? AAPI month.
something like that.
AAP, yeah, AAPI Heritage Month. They
Yeah,
have. Yo,
I
they
can't
have.
keep up with
They're
all
gonna
this
run out of
political correct.
months. They're gonna run out of months. They're gonna come down to a point where it's just gonna be like, you know what? To be this how you know how much I can't stand these heritage things. I don't even know what month exactly Hispanic Heritage Month falls to tell you. But I was like, soon they're gonna say, oh, you guys get to share this month together. It's gonna be this month is a month you're gonna have. It's like, come on, bro. Like, no, nobody needs that shit. Again, it's become a political stunt, to be honest with you, where it's like they just try to make you, again, they want to make you all feel warm and cozy and be like, oh, they gave us a month, they gave us this, they gave us, and fuck that. Come on. That is a bunch of BS. It continues to be a bunch of BS. I don't believe in none of that shit, man. If
I
I'm gonna
hear you.
celebrate people, I'm gonna celebrate people every day.
I hear that, man. I wanted to show you a trailer, and I wanted to get your reaction to it. JV, if you could please hit the X-Men versus the X-Men versus Avengers trailer.
Yeah,
I want to get.
shout out to my man JV too, man. I just saw him right there on the screen before I got brought out of the green room. Shout out to him. doing
he's
his thing
awesome.
on here and helping my man Adam out. Yo, that's what's up.
Him and I help each other out the most we can. I love that dude.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to him, bro. That's
Yeah.
that's a good friend, man. Those are people you want around you.
Yeah. I want to get your reaction to this. This is like this is a trailer for a parody that you're gonna say, "Look how comic book accurate it is."
I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
Yeah. Watch. This is a Safe for Work trailer. It's X-Men versus Avengers, and as soon as we hit all the buttons,
We'll get there. We'll get there, folks.
yep.
And again, if you're here, you're watching this on the rewind, hit that thumbs up for my man Adam. Help him grow the freaking channel. If you're not subbed up to the man, sub up to the man. Jesus, it don't take nothing. I hit that subscribe button. Let me look. I'm gonna hit unsubscribe and resubscribe to my man Adam. That's how easy it is. Don't take nothing but a click and a tap on your phone. It's plain and simple.
Yep.
So I gonna what kind of parody is this? When you talk about, is this an adult parody?
It's an adult parody, but it's done by one of the legends. He retired, and his thing was comic book parodies. He also owned a comic book store in Italy for a couple years. He was one of the.
Oh, really?
He was like one of the head
damn.
comic book and original arts, guys over at Sotheby's for many years.
Okay. I had no clue. Listen, that's why I tell everybody. I know my stuff about comics, anime, action figures, but I don't know everything.
Yeah, I mean, this is when it crosses over like this. All
right, here we go.
Yep.
The Onslaught event costs us most of our heavy hitters.
I'm going back to Russia.
We need you. Now more than ever, the X-Men need you.
There are no more X-Men.
It's the end of an era. Can't believe it's over.
X-Men will go on, Kitty.
How do you know that?
I know that because Charles Xavier would have wanted it.
I understand what you've lost. We understand what Hawkeye meant to you.
She needs time, Fury. We all do.
Call it what you want, but the Avengers matter.
You had no right to talk to you like that.
I'm a big girl, Steve. I can stand up for myself. Women do that now.
I can't believe there is a superhero bar.
Yeah, I decided to get one back in the days when I hung up my cape.
You mean that ridiculous polyester yellow suit you were wearing this morning used to have a cape?
What the doctor is explaining is that none of our lost friends are dead.
I believe they've shifted, transported to a different plane of existence.
We really must find a new psychic as soon as possible.
I'm looking for Daredevil. If you all cooperate, nobody will get hurt.
Charles believed mutant and human could coexist. I plan to keep that dream alive.
Interesting negotiation technique.
Magneto's going to be taking Xavier's spot. Then the Avengers are going to go to war with the X-Men.
You have about 3 seconds to alter the course of your life. Kill him. That tickles.
Kicking ass makes me incredibly horny.
This is the greatest shit I've ever seen.
That were never supposed to happen.
Well, I will probably be watching that over X-Men 97.
Oh yeah,
the unexpected return as the prodigal son Shane McMahon returned to WWE to challenge The Miz. McMahon received a welcome from the audience, yet this applause quickly turned to concern when McMahon was lying in a heap on the mat. It turned out that during a leapfrog attempt, the former
I feel like that freaking parody looks more comic accurate than the actual movies.
Yet thanks to quick communication, WWE
For some reason,
improvised and they had
we were having a tech issue at the moment.
The Miz and follow it up with a people's elbow.
So good,
WWE and their talent must be prepared for anything. In the aftermath of McMahon's injury,
Hey, JV, can you please click the video off, man?
Number 9, the Blade Jobs WrestleMania 8. During the early 90s, WWE had a
by the way, I like watching these guys too. WrestleMania.
These guys are awesome.
However, when it came to WrestleMania 8,
I enjoy watching.
A little bloodshed would enhance their respective matches. First, during Bret Hart's match with Roddy Piper, Hart bladed.
Man, it's crazy how long ago all this stuff right here. I still remember this.
I know. This is right.
That's crazy. But man, listen. I think I'm gonna be watching that parody over X-Men 97. I'm gonna see X-Men 97. I'm gonna see what's up with it. But still, like I don't know. I don't know if I have faith in it.
is that something I put the 20-year-old in me that fell in love with the comic books and X-Men is going to check it out. And my expectations are low at the moment, just because, I think they're going to try, from everything I read from Bo Diao, kind of just scares me.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, it's so damn true. Like the guy Glenn over at Comic Book Palace, when he said, "Yo, just do your job. You get paid to write about these characters. Nobody wants to hear about your life. Like, you get paid to write about these characters that they're paying you for." And that's the thing that freaking you're gonna get with Bo DeMayo. He said that he's making X-Men 97 from the perspective of a gay black man. And I was like, dude, we don't need all that.
Just excuse me 1 second. Hey, JV, I think Mark is in the green room. Sorry about that. It's just that I think our boy Calamity Collectibles was in the green room, so he was telling me that he's ready whenever we're ready to bring him out.
No, of course, yeah. Yeah, I see him.
Yep.
I see him there.
Do you have anyone in the chat at the moment?
Nah. We just got Calamities right there. He was in the chat saying he's bad. What's going on, my brother?
Same shit, different day. Have some things planned out for in the coming future.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
So, Mark, did you want to drop that announcement?
Yeah, I will be doing a by appointment outlet sale thing at my new storage unit.
Oh, damn, that's what's up, bro.
Called I get rid of bullshit that's in my house.
So you sound like me, man. I'm over here telling Adam that I got way too much. Like, from what you guys see, this is the organized area. It looks nice. Everything outside of that is freaking all the way to the top. You can see, I think, right back there. That's the boxes all the way to the ceiling, dude. I forgot. I'm like, I don't even know what to do with myself. I said it's starting to become overwhelming. I love it, but it's starting to get out of hand.
Like, I just got 100 copies of the new Feral comic coming out.
Really? Holy crap, dude. Damn, man, you're a better man than me, bro.
It's the type of thing I don't mind sitting on it, but when you get that every week, it gets crazy.
Oh, I can imagine, man. It's that's freaking insane.
Shout out to Tony Fleeks and Tris Starzner, and Thuro is a book I'm looking forward to, actually.
Also, this is my favorite cover.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna check it out. I'm not going all crazy. I enjoyed my Stray Dogs. I enjoyed it. I freaking thoroughly enjoyed it. No pun intended. But at the same time, yeah, like I'm gonna check this out. I'm not a cat person. I'm allergic to cats.
Same.
So I'm gonna check it out regardless.
I can tell people that I literally can't handle pussy. It's true.
Yo, bro, don't ever say that. Don't ever say that.
But it's
you can't say you can't handle, bro.
Yeah. You might want to rephrase that, bro.
Well, I mean, given the context, it works.
You know what? This is what I'm going to do for 1 week. I'm going to talk to Brian over Beyond Wednesdays, and we're going to trade our members of the team that are on the spectrum, and I'll take Red Hood for a week, and we'll ship Mark over to Beyond Wednesdays for a week.
No, what you're saying is you want to tell people to donate their card today on there.
Yeah, then we don't actually for another 60 days we're not talking about that organization.
Yeah, that's still fucked up though.
Yeah. I got a strike from YouTube because I made fun of cars because they said I was harassing Cars for Kids.
You serious?
Oh, I'm dead serious.
That's not real, bro.
I'll show you the strike.
Yeah, then you got like claimed because I was playing Demolition Daddy.
So Thuro,
yeah, what's up?
Can you explain the Mr. Pink thing to me?
So the Mr. Pink stuff. So the Mr. Pink is in reference to Metropolis Comics and Comic Connection. So that whole thing was, that was an alias, a name that they used to go ahead and bid on things that were being underbid. So, for example, you gave me your AF-15, Adam, and you said, hey, this is an 8.0. We're just going to make some random freaking prices, right? It's an 8.0 AF-15. I need to get $100,000 for this book, right? Fucking bids are starting to pour in. They're only at freaking 60. Mr. Pink goes in there and all of a sudden starts raising the bids up and trying to get it up there. And nobody else is budging, nobody else is bidding on it, and it ends up selling for $105,000. But nothing happens with the owner of the book because they'll let them know, hey, we bought it out, and now we're gonna go put it in a storage facility for later usage. And when all of this wears thin and it just sort of wears down, we're gonna bring it back in. We're gonna highlight the book because we're gonna make it, the optics manipulate by making the book a freaking high selling book. So now that somebody saw that the book sold to Mr. Pink for $105,000, the next time that the book comes up for sale, the book is gonna fetch $125,000, for example. So that's what they're doing. That's something that is being put out, and it was something that was, it's not. I wouldn't even call it allegations anymore, bro, because there's other people that used to work for them who 100% vouched with what they do. And they take these items that did not get the money that they were fetching, and they go and put them away. And they put them away at somebody's house. And at this somebody's house is when they let it pop back up. And next thing you know, they're trying to sell them because they're trying to use that previous sale as an indicator, saying, hey, this is how much this book is going for. And I've had many, many of people step up to the plate who have talked about it, who have said that's a bunch of bullshit, because that is 100% happening. To include people who have bid on books on their site and then only to come find out that they were like, yo, how the hell did I lose out on this? And next thing you know, they're bringing, they're saying like, hey, yeah, we'll sell it to you. All you got to do is just pay a little bit more, so that way we can get the winner out of the, out of the circle. And that winner was usually Mr. Pink themselves. See what I'm saying? So it's a hot freaking mess, bro. It's something that, like I try to tell people, it does not surprise me. I've seen that shit going on for ages now. We're not talking about, like 5 years. I'm talking about like 15 years ago. Used to see a lot of that shit. And there's a lot of people that can vouch it, man. There's just, there's some people that, they'll talk to me, but they won't want to actually talk about it because they're afraid they might have to face some repercussions. And then you actually have some other folks that are like, they're not going to do shit to me because I got the receipts and I can prove. It's the same reason why, you still see that WADA and Heritage Auctions is currently still being sued in reference to freaking manipulation and making their.
What I do? I'm familiar with the Heritage stuff.
So WADA's the grading company. WADA grades video games. And what Heritage was doing was they were manipulating the market on these video games by raising prices to these extremes and making people believe that those freaking video games were worth that, when in reality they were probably worth 20% of what those things sold for. And when you're manipulating the market, dude, you're deceiving everybody, because some people look at these collectibles like freaking like investments. I try to tell people all the time that, I was always trying to find a better word outside of investment. I was like, that's why I started calling collectibles a gamble. You're going to take a gamble. It's like the lottery, bro. You're either going to hit or you're not. And that's what's happening with the comic market. That's the reason why right now you can physically, all of us,
collectibles as a whole, I think.
Yeah, you can look at comic books in itself, bro, right now as we speak, have gone back down all of a sudden all over again. And comic book sales, that's why people are like, people still dreaming and hoping for those COVID prices from back then. And I was like, I get it. Money is beautiful. Money is a great thing. But what the other thing that's killing this market is the same thing that everybody in the Image team during the 90s sold everybody on, is the fact that oh man, you guys are gonna be rich if you buy our stuff. And look what happened.
Oh shit.
Exactly. And that's what's happening right now. It's only just at a bigger scale because of the, the amount of information that travels through social media all the time. And it's, that's a freaking gigantic scale compared to what was going on in the 90s. And now with like manipulation, it was like, with Metropolis, why is it that you can't see who the bidders are? Why can't you see who the names of the bidders are, even if it's aliases that they're using? Why can't you see any of that stuff? You know what? A good buddy of mine, Mike, he told me, and he's a guy that dabbles in these big books. He told me the same thing. He's like, listen, he's like, look at all these Action Comic sales. He's like, why isn't nobody showing those things off? And he said that's because these big freaking auction houses, what they're doing is they're manipulating the market, and then they put the comic book back out several months after, and next thing you know, they're like, oh yeah, this Action Comic sold for a record sale of $2 million. So then some sorry sap out there with $2 million is going to be like, oh, I need to buy that book because it's only going to grow. And in reality, it was like he's like, why do rich people all show off their mansions? Why do rich people all show off their cars? Why do rich people all show off their watches and all these things? And imagine you having
you never see them show off in Action Comics 1.
Exactly, and that's why I was like, dude,
like Mark
don't think it
Hamill
could
or
have
Jerry
been better.
Seinfeld or someone like that.
Yep.
And that's really, really uber rare. You never see some rich dude be like, here's my Detective 27 in the 9/8, motherfuckers.
I know, Nick Cage was pretty close with that.
Yeah,
no, bro. Unfortunately,
his stuff got stolen.
Yeah.
And then that's my thing though. You look at that and you think about that, right? And it's like, all those other things can be stolen too. Their watches, their cars, all that shit can be stolen. So it was like, why are you so busy posting all that stuff? But it's so true. You never see anybody posting about Action Comics #1. Everybody always like tries to like, you can't say that bullshit is like, oh, the buyer of this said item right here doesn't want to be doesn't want to be known to the public, or doesn't want this, bullshit, bro. Bullshit. That's why you have safes. You have somewhere in particular where you place all your valuables that nobody's going to be able to enter without you. You know what I mean? Like it's like that. I forgot where it was. It was like at Saudi Arabia or whatever. And you had that. I don't know if he was a prince or some shit, but he even told Andrew Tate was with him, and he's showing him around his vault, and he's like, yeah, you see this? He's like, you guys show off your Bugattis. He's like, look at this. This is worth more than your Bugatti. And then he's showing the Action Comics #1, graded by CGC. And I was like, exactly. That's the greatest point right there. That guy showed that shit off because that is a prized possession. Why wouldn't anybody else out there show it off? So that whole talk about like, oh, they're investors and they just, they don't want to be known. And this, man, fuck out of here. That's a bunch of bullshit.
And going back to the Metropolis thing, I just want to say, Probstein called. He wants his scam back.
Oh man!
State is the OG.
Oh well, man, Calamity coming in with the punch out of nowhere, man. Need the haymakers.
That's Calamity for you.
Oh God!
So that's what's going on with that thing with Mr. Pink. That's the alias, and freaking employee came out and put it all out there. And the crazy part was that freaking CGC went and hid that, and I was able to get my hands on it. So it was like, it just goes to show you how quick they'll take down anything that for all these big companies and all these big freaking and all these big people that dabble in big money, how they take down all that shit because they don't want to be painted in a bad spotlight. So that's why it's
CGC message boards. So I just go by what I hear.
I'm still sticking with, I might switch to CBCS moving forward.
And then that's the thing that kills me. Why the hell isn't CBCS taking the opportunity to jump all over this? They got like the worst. I don't know. They need to get like the PR people from
that's
CBC.
Because they're too cheap. They don't want to get good PR.
And I always was hesitant to switch to CBCS was because of they verified the Todd signature on the Spawn Thank You cover.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you let this happen?
But it's going to, bro. Then here's my thing too, with like CGC, for example. How come they don't verify signatures? How come they don't do any of that shit? And you know that fucking who knows? There's a huge percentage of books that are out there that are freaking that aren't even real signatures. That people, these so-called CGC sig witnesses, were just freaking saying, "Oh yeah, we'll pass this off on here," and you just do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I was like, "Come on, bro." Can't say that you can't say that crack fun at CBCS when you're CGC and you guys probably have fake signatures plastered all over everywhere and you guys don't do it. Come on.
There was something that really saw me at CBCS back in an amazing Las Vegas Comic Con last year.
Yeah,
I got some books verified because I had no witnesses for and I was not gonna get. There was no way I was getting out of line when I was first in the line for Terror Strong. So CBS get them verified. Well, they had a credit card issue, and they had the head of one of the head managers there actually called me and helped me reset my account with everything, and took an hour out of their day to do it. And they said, "Here's my cell number. If you ever have into a problem like this again, just let me know."
That's what's up, man.
And they made a customer for life that way. CGC, the one or two times I had an issue with them, it was a Batman issue, number 11.
Yeah.
And I got graded. I was going through some personal issues at the time. It took forever to resolve a simple payment issue. And I had a fight tooth and nail with them to make sure that I got my Golden Age Batman books back.
That's crazy, man.
So ever since then, I've really been a big, I'll use CBCS before I use anything else for maybe 3 or 4 times that I get shit rated a year, if that.
Oh god, I remember the time I waited like a year and a half to get my Neil Adams books back from CGC.
Oh really?
Because I did basically the last signing Neil did through Royal Collectibles. It took like fucking forever. And I guess this was also during like the pandemica, where like they were like scratching their nose for like 8 months, and then now they worked on it.
But that's the thing though, man. That was another thing. Like I've had my gripes with all these grading companies back in the days when, when PGX people used to say, I've submitted books to PGX, I've submitted books to freaking CGC, I've submitted books to CBCS. CBCS took damn near a year on some modern books that I submitted through a shop. And every time I go to the shop and I was like, dude, like, where's my books, yo? They said freaking at max 2 months. And I was like, dude, and we paid for quick turnaround. How the hell did my books not show up for like a year, bro? It was for that. I remember I had sent in, I forgot what the ratio was on that Frank Miller, that Dark Knight Returns or whatever.
Was it like the
Master Race?
Yeah, the Master Race. Thank you, that one. And I remember sending that in, and that shit took freaking an eternity. I was like, bro, I could have died. I could have freaking, who knows what the hell could have happened to me. And I still haven't got my books back. It freaking made no sense.
Also, another thing with CGC is like, before all this crazy shit happened, I've been trying my best to get a dealer account with them. Yeah. And I'm like, you need like 4 references. Like, why the fuck do I need 4 references? I'm a fucking retailer. Just take my business information and call it a day.
I think everything is, it's a network, bro.
Yeah.
If they know that you're going to be an issue, they're never going to give you an account. It's, it's for the people that they know is going to be, and other people will say, oh yeah, this guy spends a lot of money.
They're gonna when CGC calls asking for their reach around, you're gonna assume the position and bend over. Which I see a lot of in the comic book industry lately.
Yeah.
Amazon stop, bitch. Thank you. Me and my AI fight. When the AI becomes sentient, I'm the first one they're killing.
Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, you made us work every Tuesday and Friday night, and you yelled at us way too much.
Oh, Speaking of AI, what's everyone's opinion about the Todd McFarlane Spawnuary winner?
Terrible, bro. Terrible.
When I heard about it, I was dying of laughter. It's like, how do you pick an AI art where the rule says it's no AI art, and the dude's description says he uses AI for his art?
It's like, it's like, how everybody feels about it. Art is freaking, in the eye of the beholder. You can consider everything and anything art, because that's one thing I can't take away from that guy when he did a rebuttal on it, because people were calling him out. When he came back and said, he was like, I came up with the ideas. I did this, I did that. I was like, in all technicality, I'm an artist. I paint. Shout out to Bob Ross. That's how I got started painting, right? You do have to come up with ideas. You got to come up with things on your own to freaking, for me to go ahead and put on canvas. It's the same thing for anybody. So, art is very subjective. You can call everything and anything art. I can go ahead and grab a pair of scissors right now, cut a paper however the hell I want it, and open it up for you and be like, look at that, that's art. And that's the problem. There's not one single way that you can describe art. And AI, unfortunately, is going to be a part of that. Is it not being accepted right now currently? 100%. Later down the road, when everybody, look at how the times have gone as as we keep freaking aging and we keep going along, everything starts to freaking come up. New things start to surface, and people hate it when it first starts off. You know how many people hated the internet when it first started?
Hell yeah, I remember that.
Damn near everybody. And then look at the internet now.
Well, I'm pretty sure, I think everyone has had their rage moments with dial-up.
Of course, but then that's my thing though. Like,
Am I the only one old enough here in the room that's old enough to remember when you were paying $4.99 a minute for AOL?
No.
Nah, dude. I remember those days because
I remember my grandmother when she got that first AOL phone bill. Like, I think she could have gotten away with murder that night.
Oh hell yeah!
What the fuck is this? $500 on the fucking phone. You calling phone sex again? You ungrateful bastard!
Oh yeah.
And then I said, "Oh shit! It had to be AOL."
Nah, dude, it was. That's what I said. All these things, do I find a problem with the guy who won it? I do, because you didn't draw it. You didn't do anything. It's the same thing. How when McClay just recently had those guys on, in reference to the AI stuff, and they were going back and forth, and they were like, "Yeah, but you do this, you do," and it's like, bro, listen. I don't want to hear no excuses from anybody. If you claim that your artist is legit, if he can do what he does on a computer, then that means he can go ahead and take his hands of his that he's gifted with and draw pencil on paper. If you can show me or anybody out there that you can draw the same way that you're drawing on the computer and doing all that crazy shit, then that means that you are indeed a fucking artist, and nobody can take that away from you, even if you're drawing. Like Todd McFarlane draws on a computer now because it's easier for him. For like example, when he's drawing Spider-Man, he does everything from scratch. The things that helps him out a lot that he said that he used to spend a crap ton of time on was on the spaghetti webbing. And now he has something already pre-installed on his thing where he literally grabs his pencil and he automatically draws spaghetti webbing just by literally doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't blame him. It's a good way to freaking cut down time on drawing. But at the same time, like I said, if you are indeed a legit artist, then that means that you can go ahead and draw from scratch, beginning to end, the same way that you do on computer. Because I've seen people who will claim to be an artist, and then I see their covers on comic books. Meanwhile, they're doing a signing and they're being asked to draw something, and they're literally drawing fucking stick figures. And I've seen stick figures that look better than what they're drawing as a remark or something like that. And I'm like, yo, that you can't draw, bro. You cannot draw. Please don't give me that.
Speaking of drawing,
that you can draw.
Excuse me, JD, can you please I want to get Farrell's reaction to a piece I've had commissioned recently from my good friend Matthew Arnold.
Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of bad art, shout out to Stan Yak.
Oh my god.
Anyone else you want to shout out to that, Mark? We're getting the art up.
Yeah. Speaking of bad art, also shout out to Will Torres.
Oh, don't get me started.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's. Oh, is this the final version?
Yeah, this is the final version, man.
That's still fucking cool. You gotta have something to
I had this made for my friend for.
Hey, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right.
You know, I asked us to show this to Blake as well. And Matthew does really good work. Matthew Arnold, you can find him on Facebook. I think he's on Instagram or something. You know, hit him up if you want some art done. He does really good work. You know, I can't say enough kind things about Matthew. I really thank him for doing this for me. And hopefully on Monday I'll be able to get this to Maitland, and it's gonna be amazing.
All right, I'm back.
All right, cool. Yeah, so I had a friend of mine. I'm friends with Maitland Ward's publicist.
Oh, nice.
I had this done up and I think she would make the perfect poison ivy.
Nice.
So I
I'm
had
thinking
this,
that's cool.
you know, and he does really good art. So I just wanted to get your reaction. So thanks, man.
Nah, that's freaking badass, man. So now, is that on a physical comic book, or is that something that
Actually, it's gonna be done as gonna be done printed out as an 11x17 print.
Oh damn! Okay.
I was playing around the idea of doing it as an exclusive variant, but my friend who drew it didn't want that done. And then he's just like, "Hey, if you want to make prints or T-shirts out of it, and cut me in for a percentage."
Yeah.
He's like, "That's cool, but that's all But outside of anything of that ever being on a comic book," he's like, "Nah,
Yeah.
I would just rather not have that done."
6.9
I like the 69 cents.
Yeah,
that's pretty
Didn't
cool.
I tell you to do that?
Yeah, I think that was your suggestion when I was showing you one of the roughs.
Oh yeah, I basically do a lot of 69 regarding bids and everything.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Actually, in general, but just in bidding because 69 is the magic number that works.
Actually, no, I can confirm that it actually does work because I ended one of my auctions on eBay at 69 cents and I won it.
I've done a $69 bid on Whatnot and it worked.
Whatnot? The OnlyFans of the insult to OnlyFans of collectibles. Whatnot? Any new horror stories on Whatnot recently?
There's all kind of shit, man. It's all kind of shit. Let me see. Look, I'm about to go in here right now and go to see on Reddit because that's my favorite place to go. There's always fucking scams every fucking. I swear to God, every day there's a scam, and it's always with coins. It's always with fucking with cards, comic books, all this shit. Everything on there.
Collectibles has become a place to. The collectibles market has become the place to fuck people over and get away with it recently. And no one gave me a memo after 45 years.
And this is one that was posted up 7 hours ago. So somebody was talking about how like they've noticed that the sellers who get bad reviews, that their bad reviews are being removed.
Interesting.
And yeah, so they wrote on here, said, I was confident reading reviews, watching a bid and buying from certain dealers here. Shame on me, I tried a new one out and he scammed it. I got my money back, but they removed the review stating it was against guidelines. So this is the shit that I can't stand because You know,
so now I can't. So now you can't even give bad reviews to people.
that's some bullshit. So now you take away bad reviews from these folks, and if somebody else goes to buy something, they get scammed. Here's the problem. You know why it keeps happening, bro? Because you also have, for example, if Calamity, and I was a scammer. Calamity goes and buys something from me. I tell freaking Calamity, F you, give him his money back. His bad review gets taken down, right? So now you're the next guy that comes and buys from me on whatnot, right, Adam? And you go, ooh, I'm gonna buy this, and I scam you. But you're that type of person that's very docile and doesn't want to have any drama in your life. So you say, whatever, just keep my fucking money. That's what happens, bro.
Yeah.
You always, and that is such a fucking shitty ass thing to happen, but that's what happens. You have people who are so docile that they'll be like, you know what, I'm not even gonna write a review, whatever. If they got my money, they got my money, and they call it a day.
Speaking of our favorite moron and whatnot, Mark, can you ask Thuro what you were telling me about earlier?
I don't want to say it publicly.
Really?
Yeah, because I can't confirm if it's real or not.
Oh yeah, you could ask me. You could ask me after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool.
Nah, it's a bunch of bullshit. But eBay is not too far from that either.
Yeah. Oh God.
I'll tell you that right the fuck now, because the other day I went on somebody's show and I was trying to screen record and take screenshots of the fucking eBay live, and I guess sellers can have the option to prevent people from recording or screenshotting their sales.
Interesting.
But there was one dude. So if you look up the Wolverine #1 facsimile that recently had dropped, right? It was a facsimile foil that they did.
The Miller or the Claremont ongoing?
I think it was might have been the Claremont.
Okay.
I think it was the Claremont one, the one with the black cover. That's Claremont.
Yeah,
right?
that's the ongoing.
Okay, yeah. So they put that up there, and fucking, I start looking at the bids. Fucking sold for $77. $77. You go on eBay right now and go look up that Wolverine #1 facsimile and what it goes for. It's going for fucking cover price, which is like $5.99 or whatever the hell it is. Some people were selling for $9.99, but that fucking thing sold for $77. And what was funny as shit was the fact that the person there starts throwing shots at whatnot and starts saying, well, over here on eBay, we're all adults about how we sell things. Over here on eBay, we're not like whatnot. And I was like, motherfucker, you just robbed somebody. Somebody could have bought 7 copies of that facsimile, bro, for $77, and you robbed them. But you said that you're an honest seller. Come on. Like that is fucking hysterical. And then that's when I was just like, to each their own in the end. Because if you decide that you don't do your own research and you want to be a dummy and fucking go and spend $77 on a facsimile that you could have bought for fucking $7, I was like, bro, that's on you. To be honest with you, that is fucking is wild.
So I think you can go into Torpedo Comics or Midtown or any other comic book store, but I think that they're still on shelves.
Bro, I don't trust any of these live sale places, bro. That's how they catch people. They just catch people with like everything now. And the sad part is you do have some honest sellers, and you have people who like really do fucking, they want to have continued business all the time. But you always have to have the assholes that, that do something stupid like that. And it's like, it's 90% of them. And there's only like maybe 10% that don't do that shit.
That is a man right there.
What up?
What's going on, JV, man? Nice to meet you, bro.
Good to
Take
meet
it
you.
off!
Sorry about earlier. I was having a tattoo emergency.
No problem.
They finished the tramp stamp?
Nah, man.
Mark, you want to get us kicked off YouTube, man?
Nah,
I highly doubt we're gonna get kicked off of that.
So I rubbed the wrap that they, they put after your tattoo. I rubbed it like on one of the foot plates. So I like cut into it, and then I saw some leakage. So I'm like, fuck, let me go rewrap it just in case. While you were trying to get the porn parody to go off, and I'm like,
no, no problem. I figured it had to be something, something like that. So no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
Are you gonna
You
go
okay
Master
at the
JB?
moment?
What happened?
Are you gonna go on Ink Master?
Nah.
Come on, you get a free tattoo with them.
I mean, if they want me to do it, I'll
Like,
do
he
it.
needs another one at this point.
I was
We're
rewatching.
gonna have to have an intervention out here pretty soon.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good for a year, man. So I say that, and then I'll probably get a matching one with my sister. But yeah.
Cool.
But we back, man.
Yep. Let's see, JV, where are we up to in the slideshow?
We should be at either the Batman action figure thing or the Ultimate Black Panther 1 and 2.
Let's go with I think we're at the Ultimate Black Panther. So I want to get Thuro's thoughts on that. And I don't know if Mark's caught up with reading it yet.
I'm still surprised about how much that Ultimate Spider-Man 1 first print is going for.
There you go. Let's share this.
It still
crazy.
blows my mind.
It'll come back down to earth, man.
I said, once that first trade comes out, the prices are going to come back down to earth from all those issues.
Down to them being in 5 and below packs.
I would not be surprised, bro. You're gonna find 5 below. You're gonna find them shit. I guarantee you that Ultimate Spider-Man is gonna be in fucking Walmart packs.
So I do want to thank the fact of that release. I sold my 2003 issue of number 1 for like over $100.
Yeah, I'm doing well with older Ultimate stuff too recently.
And unironically, I had it stickered at 60 for shows.
Oh, really?
And I got it unironically from Whatnot from a dude, like a random stack for like $15, which had like high grade Sergeant Furies in there too.
Okay.
Yeah. So you had me chasing rabbit holes just on Saturday night for a little bit, Thuro?
With this Ultimate Black Panther, dude,
yeah,
I like it. It's okay.
I found a couple copies of Avengers number 6.
Okay, that's what's up.
I actually bought some Black Panther 18s.
Did you find any Avengers World number 9?
No, that I did not.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not an easy book to find, man. I kept telling people, and the sad part is that's actually one of the greatest comic book series I've read that I wish I would have read when it first came out. But that joint, like I told people you'll get freaking Azari. That's who I'm assuming that they're bringing into the mix right now, and that's the child that he has in the second issue, because they never mention Azari and what universe he comes from, and that this Ultimate Universe is a whole complete different Ultimate Universe than the one that we originally freaking used to read about. Yeah. So that's why I was like, I started to like take notice of it, and I was like, damn, this is gonna be something very interesting, and that's why I was like, finding those kids, the actual kids of the Avengers. I think that should have been automatically a pickup way before, like when you had the freaking Young Avengers, and the Young Avengers is still a cool team and everything. I like the Children's Crusade run that they did with the Young Avengers and everything, but I'm going to be honest with you. I think that the actual kids of the Avengers, I think that those are the ones to play on right now. And those are the ones to be on the lookout for. And that's what I was telling people, dude. You'll find those Avengers books out there. I know that you get a little cameo. And it's like so tiny in that first Avengers book versus issue 6. And then issue 9 of Avengers World is where you got the names of the kids and everything, because they never were named.
The cool thing about that's all based on a straight to DVD animated movie called Avengers Next.
Hey,
yeah,
that movie was good.
That was
that was probably their best fucking animated shit versus everything, because Marvel sucks with animation. Sorry to say, that's why I don't have I'm not like, I'm not riding too heavily with X-Men 97. The animation as it is looks kind of off, to be honest with you.
It does. There's a lot of detail left out of it, so I feel like it's
Big
like
time.
the cheap Butch Hartman Flash animation.
It's true though, bro. It's true. Like you don't realize just like how much shit is just like, I start to like look at it every time they're showing like the action sequences. Like I thought it was cool when you had Beast rip into the Sentinel's chest and then he climbs inside and then all of a sudden he's working the fucking Sentinel and he's using it to beat up the other Sentinels. I thought that was pretty dope, but I was like, bro, like they're showing all these action sequences because they don't want people to like get away from it because they know that the story's probably gonna suck ass. So they're like, let's go to the action sequences to get people all hyped up on it. We'll see, man.
And the fact the creator got fired.
Yeah.
And so everyone was joking, wrong answer is only the reason why he got fired. So my joke was because he was trying to assassinate Senator Kelly.
Dude, I don't even know what to make out of it anymore. It's like it's crazy, like the shit that comes out when it comes to a lot of these folks.
I mean, in all honesty, what is the last good Marvel animated cartoon? Because I'm gonna stick with Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Dude, I think honestly, I think you might be right, bro. Because that shit, like people don't talk about it too often, but I honestly think that's probably like hands down some of the best shit, bro. And Marvel again, they're not that great with animation.
Because I'm like 50-50 on Wolverine and the X-Men. Some parts were good, some were like meh.
Yeah.
Because I felt like they were trying to take the X-Men Evolution route, which I love X-Men Evolution.
And remember the anime style, the manga style that came out on G4?
Oh yes.
That shit was good, bro. And they fucking fell off completely for that shit. And it was because it became a little too
adult. Is that the Wolverine one with the dude from Milo Ventimiglia was voicing Wolverine?
Yes. Yep. Him. Yep.
I have to go back and rewatch that. It was good.
Dude, it was. I'm telling you, it was real good shit. They just, G4. You know the whole story behind that fucking channel. I thought it was such an awesome channel. Introduced Olivia Munn to the world.
Olivia Munn, yum.
Yeah, you seen
blind, but I'm not that fucking blind.
She had to get like a double mastectomy because she had
that's what Mark was telling me.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy. I was like, damn.
And also, G4 introduced a lot of people to Ninja Warrior.
Yes, that was another badass show. I used to enjoy watching that.
And I just wanted to make a special Olympics version of Ninja Warrior.
You say you wonder if they did a Special Olympics version?
I want to make a Special Olympics version of Ninja
No, but they did have a lot. They had a couple of people on there. I remember they had one dude. That dude was a beast, man, and he was missing a leg, and and he had the that freaking the leg, that they used to like to spring you.
Yeah.
To spring you, the one for sports, and but that dude was he was a beast, man. I give him mad credit. But it was freaking it was cool to see a lot of the people there on Ninja Warrior because those things I don't even know if they even do that shit anymore.
No, I don't know if they still do it in Japan, but I think they stopped in America.
Yeah, I don't see it
because I think the pandemic was like, we got to stop it.
Didn't NBC or somebody have it for like a little bit and then they fucking went away with it?
I was just never a fan of American Ninja Warrior. I was more into the Japan Ninja Warrior because those assholes were fucking nuts.
And then I like the other show that they used to dub, but they used to make it really fucking funny. And it was the Japanese guys with that funny ass fucking competition show.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
That thing was sick too.
That shit was the best fuck. I used to die laughing, dude. I actually go watch on YouTube like reruns of that shit because that crap used to have me just cracking up. And it was good. It worked wonders on me when during my depression and anxiety phase, where I was just like, it helped me out a ton. That and that 70s show.
Oh yeah,
those were like my those were like my go-tos.
See, right now, as I'm starting to get mentally healthy again and get out of the depression and anxiety things, my two things have been the honeymoon lately. Have been the honeymooners.
Oh yeah, oh hell yeah, dude! I love that show,
It
man.
takes me back to weekends at my grandma's house and stay up late and watch old WPIX.
Nah, I used to love. I remember the honeymooners in New York used to come on at what, like 1 in the morning, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I remember I used to be
Something like
watching.
that. And it varied throughout the years, but I remember
It used to be late at night.
Right after the news.
And then I don't know if they still do it during Thanksgiving, but it's like a full day of the honeymooners on the.
It's usually New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I think they do it.
And then I know I used to watch it on TV Land. I think it was TV Land used to show that because I used to always during those times when I wanted to like laugh and things like that. I used to watch the Golden Girls, and the Golden Girls was my fucking that's my show. Damn it! No matter what anybody wants to think of me, but I was like,
I love the Golden Girls.
Was fucking amazing.
You know, because I always got a kick out of Sophia.
Yeah, facts.
I know old ladies like that. I take the town bus to run errands in town.
Yeah.
And I know at least 5 old ladies on the town bus just like that. Like old wise whippersnap, young whippersnappers and.
Now for real, bro, I have a lot of respect for those ladies from the freaking Golden Girls, man. I actually started seeing they were making like dolls, like action figures, collectibles of the Golden Girls. I was like, I gotta go get those things, and I was like I need to be adding to the clusterfuck I have over here already.
Actually, I think I have it somewhere in my clusterfuck of Funko Pops. The New York Comic Con Funko Pop set somewhere.
Oh, you got the Golden Girls New York Comic Con joints?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, nice. I wanted to get those, but I wasn't paying the prices that people were asking for them fucking things. They were crazy.
I had someone hook me up I paid a good price on them because I wasn't doing that ever. But and everyone wants to really watch something hysterical from Cloris Leachman.
Yeah.
Watch her clip from the Bob Saget roast.
Yes, I've seen that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's just her ripping everyone a new asshole. And
yep.
She was also the old lady in the Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Yeah. Facts, bro.
Because I was starting looking at the voice cast to it, and I was like, crap, they had an amazing voice cast.
Now they did, dude. They actually freaking, what's his name? Mike Judge. He actually had some really good people freaking doing the voices on that movie.
Reboot Drawn Together. Do it.
That'll be another good one.
But I think they might do bad comedy with it because one of my favorite jokes in Drawn Together, they will not be used now.
Oh hell no! Maybe like 99% of what used to come out on that would not even surface right now. I mean, look at today, bro. Like you really have a lack of even like comedy movies.
Yeah.
Like you don't even get movies to the caliber. Like for example, like you remember American Pie, right?
Yeah.
So American Pie, it was like, dude, you don't even get movies like that anymore because of how freaking just how soft people have become with comedy. It's crazy, dude. It bothers the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Hell, even SNL sucks. Like, SNL is so bad that makes me wish, hey, let's bring back Mad TV because that shit was funny.
Dude, I'm telling you, even things that came out on Mad TV you wouldn't even see right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, remember when they were doing that? I don't even know. Do you even see, like, it was funny as shit, but it was it Saturday Night Live when they used to do the ambiguously gay duo?
I think so.
It was, right? I think it was.
That may have been on Living Color.
Which one was it, or was it Mad TV?
No, I think it was in Living Color, the show that the Wayans used to do back in the day.
So wherever it was, I was like, you would not see that right now, because they would automatically start saying you're a bunch of homophobes if they put that shit out right now.
Oh,
like that's how bad it is.
Remember the Mad TV Family Feud sketch?
Yeah. That would never happen.
I was watching this one thing on YouTube about people were saying that Revenge of the Nerds was one of the most horrible movies they ever seen because it promoted homophobia, Asian racism.
Fuck that.
And
That was the greatest movies ever to have ever fucking come out. And I saw that courtesy of my uncles. Because I would have never watched, I would have never known what Revenge of the Nerds was if it wasn't for
actually,
my
my parents, that was the first R-rated movie my parents actually let me watch in the living room.
Oh, really?
The first movie I got to watch on HBO.
Earl, you are correct, by the way. That was Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
It was that. Okay, thank you. All right. So, yeah, I was like, yo, dude, I couldn't remember because you don't see that. You don't see that shit nowhere no more. Like, you don't even see it from Saturday Night Live. You don't see none of that stuff. Like, remember when they did, you know which other one I always remember? When Mad TV did that sex Toy Story.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They had Buzz. Yo, they had Buzz Lightyear as a vibrator and Woody. Yep. Yo, that shit. You would never see that, bro. You would never see that.
People will lose their minds to that.
I think the only thing close to it we will ever get now is Robot Chicken.
Dude, I don't even know if you can't even do anything that was on Robot Chicken. Robot Chicken, I love. Used to see a lot of you know, like even for example, Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo would be fucking toxic masculinity, bro. That is what they would say. That's what they would say right off the bat. That is toxic masculinity.
Hey, he saved Christmas with Johnny Osmond. You saved Christmas, damn it!
Yes,
dude, you can't.
Watch The Simpsons in the last like 10 years.
More.
Even stuff that they used to come out in The Simpsons, bro. Like you wouldn't see nowadays. Things that when you first watched, like remember the like you wouldn't even watch like that original Christmas special for The Simpsons.
Yep.
Where Bart finds Santa's little helper. And yo, you would never see that get played today, bro. Like they won't even freaking bring
they would
back
say it's
that
Animal
fucking
Cruelty.
oh, dude, like 100% they would have issues with it all across, and especially because it's under Disney, you will never see that fucking thing ever. And that was actually one of my favorite episodes too, man.
Hell, even HBO Max has cut out some episodes of certain shows, like the Boondocks.
Yeah, dude. Yep.
Yeah, they cut out they removed the Jimmy Rebel episode.
Very true. Yep. There's stuff I was trying to see too because I watched Rick and Morty, and I never paid attention to this shit, but I gotta go and see if like all the episodes of Rick and Morty are on it, because I was like, I guarantee you they probably took some of those Rick and Morty episodes out.
Like this is the type of shit that is like, I'm pro piracy,
bro. That's exactly what the hell it is right now, dude.
Actually, the one episode I know for certain I had a pirate because Disney refuses to air it was the Michael Jackson episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is actually
you would never see that.
I'm sorry, but I pirate everything, dude.
Arg.
There's no reason for me to like.
We're in the same boat, bro.
I don't even go to the movies anymore because half the time, if the movie's that bad, it leaks in like 2 weeks.
Facts, bro. And an actual like good copy too. Like you're talking about DVD quality, not even the movie theater shit.
It's about to drop on Blu-ray quality. I'm like, oh, they bombed that bad.
That wait a day because like all the movie theaters in China, no one really goes to it. So there's like a dude with a tripod and he's just recording away.
Yeah, legit. But I wait till it gets to like Blu-ray quality at least, and then
in the last 2 years I'm a movie buff. I find myself going to the theater less and less and less. There's not much that makes me want to get an Uber or call up a friend. You're like, hey, you want to go see a movie tonight? And then by the time you buy those that they financially molest you with what they charge for stacks.
Depends on what you get.
Thuro, you have 2 kids, so you know what you're talking about in that department when it comes to the snack bar at The movie theater. By the time
dude, listen, everybody was like, bro, you got to take the snacks. Listen, I had to give my daughters, at least for the first time going into the movie theater, I had to give them the experience where they got to, they got to eat the popcorn, they got to eat all the, the candies. So I went all out, and man, it cost me an arm and a freaking leg. Yeah. And I was like, by the time I was done, I was like, I was like already $150 something deep. I was like, holy crap, bro. It's crazy.
I'm amazed at what I'm amazed at what they get away with, what they charge on concessions at the movie theater now. It's like, really, a small soda is like $7,
bro.
That's why you gotta get the unlimited free refills, man. You gotta get one of those Poland Spring 2-gallon jugs, and you go to a part of the movie theater with the self-serve. You just put that in there, and then you just get your little cup of soda that you buy. It's like, oh, I got my soda filled up.
Nah, not even, bro. This is the ultimate hack. You get one of them Camelbacks, you're gonna go hiking. You put whatever drink you want in the little pouch.
True.
Bring it with you with all your ID and stuff, and you just slide the thing out
the little tube. Yeah,
you're fucking doing in the movie theater. Just that's the key.
That's true, man.
Yep.
I remember back in the days though in New York when it was like I remember going into the movie theaters on Steinway, and they used to have it. It's a Dwayne Reed now. They're on 30th Avenue.
I remember that one.
So so I used to go in there, and I remember one time I was like, fucking, all we get is popcorn. So me and my cousin, we went and got KFC, and I was walking around with fucking barbecue wings, burning hot inside my fucking pocket, bro. I was like, motherfucker. I was like, dude, never again. His fucking leg was burning, everything. I was like, I fucking had damn fucking 10th degree burns on my leg by the time I got into my seat. And then people were like, people in the theater smelling barbecue wings. And they're like, yo, bro, they sell that here? I was like, nah, man. I was like, I snuck that shit in here. I was like, I don't even know how the guy that was collecting the tickets didn't even fucking sniff that shit out. But, man, we got in there. I was there eating wings while we were watching the movie.
Most of those ushers are just rip the ticket. Bye. Don't give a fuck. I want to get paid $8.50 an hour. Fuck this job.
Nah, exactly. But that shit was fucking funny.
As long as they're not bringing weapons in to do a mass shooting, we don't care what the fuck you do.
No, a lot of theaters in the city, they're doing fucking hardcore back checks now.
Really?
Yeah. Remember the Regal I told you about on 42nd Street?
Yeah.
Times Square, they've been doing massive back checks.
Yeah, man, there's a freaking shit ton of shootings inside the damn subway, bro.
Yeah. Well, I had to pack up early while I was setting up on the street because I heard a report of an armed robbery up the block with 20 motherfuckers, and I'm like, yeah, it ain't working for me. I'm out of here.
That subway thing, that's recent too, correct?
Oh, that was
yeah. Just happened a couple days ago.
All right, yeah, I'm definitely taking an Uber to Jimmy Fallon then. Fuck it.
Excuse me,
you're better off,
as a retired cop, what is your thoughts on the rise in subway crime? I haven't seen it like this since the late 80s.
Listen, people ask for it, bro. They want to defund the police. That's what happens. And this is me, talking from a perspective. It's not because, do I advocate for every cop out there? Nah, because there's some shithead cops out there that don't need to be cops. I don't know how the fuck they make it through the system. But to be honest with you, it was like, this is what people call for. Everybody thought that everything was going to be fine and dandy if you got rid of the police. And that was one of the things, bro. You stop having the transit cops being inside the transit system like they're supposed to, because you minimize the amount of money that they could give out. And then you want more cops out on the streets. So that minimizes the transit cops that are going to be available in the subway system. And a lot of those transit cops, man, they get fucked over because they're put out there by themselves. So anybody can jump them. I've seen a ton of videos where it's like, you got these transit cops trying to arrest somebody. Next thing you know, they got somebody jumping on the back, just going all out. There's just no, zero respect for any authority, bro. It's, I'm glad unfortunately I got hurt and forced to get retired. But at the same time, it's like you look at all the shit that happens, and it's like, damn, I was like, what were they expecting? Were they expecting everybody to be like kumbaya? Let's, no, man. They're gonna have their way. They're gonna have a field day, knowing that there's nothing, no law that they gotta worry about. So like right now, literally, now that they're doing all these bag checks and you have fucking, the state troopers now down the subway system. You got the fucking National Guard in the system, all that. Before that, I'm telling you right now, anybody could have had their liberties of just going into the subway, robbing everybody blind, walking out of there scot free, fucking walking out with everybody's possessions. That's how bad it's gotten, bro.
That's what happens when you get rid of bail reform too.
And then that's it. And then that's the other thing. And I said, and I told people, I understand where people come at with the whole like, yeah, well, you put this crazy bail amount and all this crap. Nah, man, the motherfuckers that are out there. The reason why they were advocating for that shit was because you got them assholes out there. I grew up in the streets of New York, like I know, like I've dealt with it all. Like who the fucking shitheads are. You know why they shouldn't be out there in the fucking streets roaming around doing whatever the fuck they want. And that's what they gave them. They were saying, oh, yeah, a rich person can get themselves out of jail. But what about me? I come from Section 8. I can't get myself out of jail. So all that bail reform shit was because of all of that. They were saying, okay, is inequality? I get it. But at the same time, it's like, is it right that, even a rich person? Then guess what? That fucking judge needs to set the bar for that rich person. And it should be based off your income or whatever that you have available to be your bail. Because even for a rich person, do I think that they deserve the right to fucking just walk scot-free for the same shit you did? Nah, fuck no. They also need to be in jail because you're also a bad apple. So that whole shit that's going on right now, bro, you're honestly like, what JV was just saying, you're better off taking an Uber to go where you want to. It's me and my wife. I don't take my kids on the subway. I don't fuck that. You know how many times I've gotten into fights on a train? Back in the days when I was growing up, just because some asshole just randomly wants to start talking shit, just like very similar to what you see on the videos. Nah, man, I don't let that shit happen, dude. I don't let that shit slide.
It's the first time as a lifelong semi New Yorker, because I've been in Jersey a lot more since COVID, because my lease ran out. I just haven't had the desire to go back yet full time. And I'm just like, well, I do not have any desire to do anything that involves the subway system right now.
I mean, it's crazy because it's not even New York. Even sometimes in Jersey, you get weirdos too. So like,
that too, yeah, facts.
The train comes in. I'm quickly on that. Quickly on it as quick as I can because it's like, all right, I'm quick. Let me get out as quick as I can. I don't want to stay around anywhere. So I'm like jumping point A, B, C, but with Subway, you never know. So absolutely, when I'm in New York on Tuesday, definitely taking an Uber because,
Nah, dude, you gotta worry about your safety. Like that's the thing that now you can't fucking go out anywhere and be like, yo, like I can go to the corner. Like now it's getting so damn bad. Like you can't go anymore. Like I used to go on the train and be like, hey, I'm okay to go with my 3 and my 5-year-old and my wife on the train. Nah, because here's the thing that like I tell my wife all the time. I'm like, I can't go with you guys because you guys are sort of like, you guys are like a kryptonite at that very moment. If somebody does something to you or somebody hits my daughters or some shit, I'm fucking killing you, bro. Like that's how bad it's gotten. Yeah. And I'm not gonna let you see the freaking time of day at that point. Because you have a lot of these motherfuckers, like those are their intentions is to hurt you. There's people that are not mentally well. After COVID, how many people were suffering from fucking mental health issues?
I think it's
a shit ton of
one out of every 3, maybe.
Well, this is also what happens when fucking it was like I think it was Bloomberg getting rid of the mental hospitals.
Dude, that's everywhere, bro. That happened in DC. They fucking let go of everybody. For example, because when I was working down in DC, they closed down those mental hospitals, the mental wards. And why? It was the protest of, oh, they have rights too. We need to be compassionate. We need this. We know these
need to be compassionate within reason.
They need God honest fucking help, bro. The mental health problem, yo, that's a huge fucking issue in today's society. And guess what happened? I remember when I was over there, I used to find a lady. There was this freaking lady that was underneath the bus, butt ass naked, would not move from underneath the bus. Fucking must have weighed a good 220 pounds, dude. And I had to drag her out from under, ass naked and everything. because that bus needed to fucking move, and this bitch decided to go underneath. And guess where she came from? She came from the fucking mental asylum. Yeah, that she once used to be at, and because they shut it down and cut all funding to it, then now she was out on the streets.
Someone in her condition, unfortunately, has no place to be where to protect her from herself and from others.
And the wrong place, bro, for anybody with a mental health issue is jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the shit that used to drive me insane. I was like, yo, but what other choice did I have? Because not only are you a danger to yourself, but you're a danger to the public. And all these people that I see on these news reports talking about like, oh yeah, this person, this, but I don't give a fuck how you feel. When somebody has mental health problems, guess what's gonna happen? Something bad is gonna fucking happen because they don't have the same reality that we all do when you're freaking sane up there. Like they all freaking look at everything differently. Somebody out there with a mental health issue might think you're a demon, and because they don't want that demon to go after them, they're gonna try to choke you out. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna do something of that caliber. But people don't look at it that way. They want to say, "Oh well, we all need the right to be free. They need to experience the world."
Unfortunately, some people just need to be in a protective environment.
Yes.
And there's nothing. And someone who's over the years been hospitalized, and I have no shame in admitting that, because that's where I needed to be at that point in my life.
Yeah.
You know, through the grace of God and through hard work and a great medical team, I am functioning to a point where that's no longer an issue. But there are people who just, for whatever reason, don't have the mental capacity to function outside, and they should. In the greatest country in the world, there should be places set up that that's there for them to give them the help that they need and deserve, and to be comfortable, where they're not out on the street, where they're not a danger to themselves, or God forbid, little kids or senior citizens or anybody else.
I'm telling you, it's like, yo, what the fuck are they waiting for? It's the same thing like people were ready to hang dry that Marine that was on the train in New York City, and he choked the guy out and killed him. Listen, if you're protecting people, you're doing all that stuff, and that's his Marine instincts. Is like, yo, this guy's gonna do something bad, and that guy had a criminal record like crazy, and people come out here advocating for criminals and doing it. It's like, man, get the fuck out of here. Like, I grew up around criminals. I grew up around. Ain't none of those motherfuckers. They didn't even care. I was never friends with them because I knew what they were gonna do later down the road. They were even gonna try to rob my ass if I was their so-called friend. These motherfuckers don't care, yo. They have like no remorse. They don't have no feelings about life. They could care less about anything. So for people to continue to advocate that bullshit, something is fucking mentally wrong with them too. And that's why, like I said, I get it. It's the same thing my mom always said. She said, you want to go down that path, you want to do bad things? She's like, don't ever bother coming back in my house. You want to be your own man, you want to do things, you want to do whatever, there's the door. That's what my mom always said. If you think that you did something bad, you killed somebody, sell drugs, do all that shit out there in the streets, you know what my mother said? You're not welcome back in this house. You're not my son anymore. She would honestly disown my ass. You know, so for people to sit there and feel like, yo, you want to love your kid, I get it. I have 2 kids. But at the same time, man, if either of my kids decided to choose a life where they're freaking murdering people, doing bad shit, doing all kind of crap like that, man, listen, I don't want no part of that, bro. Because I'm not here raising 2 girls to be like that. I'm raising 2 girls to be smart, to be freaking quality people, and freaking do something for society, for community as a whole. But that whole garbage was like, everybody feels like, yeah, like for example with that Marine, bro. I don't fault that guy for what he did. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks about it. That's the God honest truth. If I was there, I probably would have done the same fucking thing. I would have done the same exact thing, because who knows what that guy could have came out. He could have came out with a gun, could have came out with a knife. That's the would have, should have, could have. You don't want to wait for that. You don't want to wait. This guy could have. This guy, and then when they get to the scene and something happens, now all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, but we didn't find a gun, we didn't find a knife, it don't fucking matter. When somebody has those intentions of fucking hitting somebody, it don't matter what the hell you do, bro. You punch somebody in the head and you punch them in the wrong spot in the head, you could kill somebody. Yeah. So for people to act like these aren't weapons, these are fucking weapons all day. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. And that's how, like, you look at the latest one that just happened. the guy freaking gets stabbed by the girl, and the girl had every right to do so because they're choking her fucking man out. What's she gonna do? Fucking when it stabbed the guy starts getting pissed. He's like, "Oh, you stabbed me." Then he goes to pull out a gun. You start pointing it at people. Guess what? Guess what? I would like any fucking prudent person out there. Somebody points a gun at me. I'm afraid for my life now. You're gonna fucking kill me? You're gonna do it? You better believe I'm a fucking fight. I don't give a shit if you shoot me.
You may want to take me, but I'm gonna take you with me, man. At that point,
Exactly. I don't do that. And then guess what happened? You know how the old saying goes, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Well, that dude bought a gun to the game, and next thing you know, got his own gun used against him and got shot in his fucking head, and that was the end of it. But then people want to come out and start crying and saying like, "Yo, that was wrong. That was I." Look at how scared people were. That's why I was glad that they recorded that shit, because look how terrified people were on that train that they were screaming to let them the fuck out of it. Let them the fuck off that train. That's how people, and you saw those people running out of there. So for people to ever sit there and say like, "Oh, it was wrong that guy," no, you'd be in that same position. I guarantee you would want to fight for your life, unless you're a fucking coward and you just lay there and cover your head, and at that point, that's it. It's over for you. That's how I look at it, bro. That's why I always tell people, dude, like things happen like that. I don't give a fuck who it is, and in order for me to avoid that, just like JV said, I'll take an Uber. That's the same thing I would do, bro. I take a fucking Uber where the fuck I need to go to. You think I'm gonna ride on the fucking train? Absolutely fucking not. I wouldn't even put my family in that predicament, bro, because I know what it is. Fuck it.
We're in the position now where we just need to bring back Bernie Getz.
Unfortunately, I think in today's day and age, after watching a documentary on the subway vigilante, I don't think he would be considered a hero today.
Probably not, bro. They will automatically
all these bleeding hearts, all these PC woke warriors would be gunning for would be wanting his head on a platter.
Again, the Marine that did what he did on the train. Look what they're doing to him. He's a prime example. But like I just said, look at what happened with this guy. He pulled out a gun. Who the fuck knows what he could have done after that? Nobody can ever tell. But one thing I will tell you, when there's a gun in play, there's death all day. That is how that works. Yep. All you got to do is have one of these and pull the fucking trigger, and then that's it. It's over. It's a wrap for whoever. And what if that motherfucker just starts unloading like crazy? Let's say, for instance, this is the scenario. Let's say, for instance, the guy that he decides to point the gun at moves out the way, dodges, and goes now in the direction where all the people are at. And now this motherfucker starts unloading to shoot him, and he starts missing and hitting people out everywhere because he fucking doesn't know how to shoot. And now you end up killing a whole mass amount of people. What are they going to say then? You see what I said? Like, these are all the scenarios, all the instances that play through my mind from being a cop, from all my training, all that stuff. That's what plays in my mind. You always have the would have, should have, could have, and that's what's going to happen all day. But people will immediately, because you got the social justice warriors out there that want to say, "Oh my God, it's because of the color of their skin and this, that." No, motherfuckers. A bad person's a bad person and a good person's a good person. It's just plain and fucking simple. Don't matter where the fuck you're from. I don't give a shit about that shit. That has become a common thing. Why? Because then you got the ones that are like fucking straight up predators who come out and they'll fucking go and say, "Oh, this is an injustice." And they'll come and talk about that shit all day. But there's no injustices when people like myself and my own people are killing each other, or fucking black folks, Asians, anybody. Nobody comes out then. Nobody says nothing. But if it's a white person and they kill somebody, a person of color, forget it. It's over. And it's like, it's the end of the fucking world. But that's the problem that I fucking have. And it's like, yo, call a spade, bro. Don't come out here and all of a sudden change the dynamics and shit. But the only reason they'll come out and be social justice warriors is because they know that in the end, they're making money off of it. They're profiting off of that shit. So they go again, it's all divisive bullshit. So that's why for me, I don't fall for none of that shit. I've seen it growing up my whole life. I've seen the Al Sharptons. He's one of those guys. He's like, yo,
at this point?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I haven't
Jesse
seen him
Jackson,
in
all the
last year
motherfuckers,
at
man.
least.
Fuck them. I don't, and I said that. because I know exactly what it is. That's why I say when you see people, you know what I'm saying, like our own people just fucking going at it at each other, and nobody does nothing about that, man. Fuck you guys. You guys don't fucking. What are you guys doing for the communities? What are you guys doing for the betterment of everybody? What are you guys doing to teach people? Yo, why are you guys killing each other? Why are you guys hating on your own fucking folks? That's the shit that you don't ever hear them talk about. They will never talk about that. And I know this, and you know what makes me so fucking angry, bro? Because I seen a 4-year-old, I seen a 5-year-old get killed in a fucking drive-by for some fucking idiots because they wanted to kill their fucking ops. So fuck that shit, bro. I don't ever since that shit, bro, I don't believe in anything these motherfuckers spread on the media, anything that they put out there, period, dude. That's a bunch of bullshit. Stop feeding that fucking fake ass narrative that they always try to feed. Nobody will ever fucking change my mind, bro. Because to witness somebody's kid that age getting killed, bro. These motherfuckers having no remorse for somebody because they're with their kids in a car and they just start unloading and start fucking shooting to include killing the kid. That fucking don't give me that shit that, oh yeah, there's injustices and this, that. No. That's a bunch of bullshit, bro. Fucking drives me nuts. That's why I'm so vocal about this shit. And that's why like people will be like, oh, you're a right winger. You're this, man. Fuck you. You don't even know me. I don't fucking lean towards no side. The only side I lean on is with freaking God. I say this and I repeatedly say it all the time, bro. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a fucking Republican. I'm not none of that shit. All I know is that whenever I go to vote, I vote for the person that I best see fit that's going to actually do something for us, the American people. That's how I look at things. I don't look at all that other nonsense of, oh, well, this one is offering fucking, freaking EBT to people of color and this one, man, fuck that shit, bro. I don't give a fuck about none of that crap. What I give a fuck about is that everybody is being treated fucking fairly and that we're all being given the equal opportunities that everybody supposedly looks for. That's what I freaking, that's what I worry about.
Well said, well said. And as the grandson of a deceased Vietnam vet, lately I wonder what my grandfather would think of current America, and I just decided that some questions shouldn't be pondered at like that. And this is the greatest country in the world. As far as this is the so-called land of opportunity, let's just protect it and realize that we have freedoms that most countries take for granted.
Exactly, bro.
I want to see people here go to Venezuela or go to Mexico and run their mouth.
You're gonna be doing none of that shit down in those areas. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, fucking run for your lives for fucking El Mencho. Like that is a ruthless motherfucker.
Dude, that's what I'm telling you. Like you look at all these countries. You look at countries in the Middle East and everything like that. Like, it's like for me, I question a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, yo, if that's how people want to live out there, let them live like that. Why do we got to get involved in it? Why do worry about it? There's people that have left from over there to come over here to change that because they don't believe in the same systems that they believe in. You know what I mean? So it's like okay, then take care of the American people. Right now, you got a fucking dumbass president who's fucking sending billions of dollars to the Ukraine for what? Why are we getting involved in that shit?
And meanwhile, I look at what's going on in our country, and it's just like, why not take some of those billions and put it into affordable housing, and start to get rid of the homeless.
The homeless, exactly, dude. You know how easy it'll be.
People, whether it's New York, whether it's San Francisco, whether it's wherever, even in small towns like in, for example, in Clifton, New Jersey, the rec center from December to June is a warming center for people.
I thought it was till March.
I think it's till March. Excuse me.
Yeah, because isn't Clifton happening at that place in April?
I think so. I haven't talked to JP in a couple weeks.
Shout out to JP for being one of the most awesome people in the comic industry. NJComicBookShows.com. Please check them out.
It's one of the best smaller conventions in the entire country.
And also, he has banned Epic from his show.
Yeah, he joined the club. Let's see, Thuro, I know that you're a toy collector.
Yes, sir.
If you had your choice to start collecting between the old classic Superpowers or Secret Wars, what would you pick?
The classic for me is always because I've always loved Mr. Freeze.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. That's actually one that I'm always on a hunt for. That I have not found yet out there in the wild. I don't buy it on eBay. Like for me, when it comes to toys, like I actually like going out there. Like I like going to antique houses. I like going to freaking cons. I like going to all these, like small cons, not these big ass cons because they freaking sell everything.
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly, and it's
I think they have less
overpriced.
vintage toys than they do anything else at the bigger shows.
Yeah, so I usually try to go like visit all these smaller freaking conventions and everything. And anytime that I go to these places, I go to hunt for said toys. Like I look for specific things. There's sometimes where like I luck out and I'll go to like a shop or something, and these motherfuckers just happen to have this one set toy. Like I've shown a couple that I recently freaking just got, and it's just like. But as far as like the superpower stuff, yeah, dude, 100%. It would have to be. It would have to be for me, Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze would be like that one toy that I'd be like, dude, like I want that. I need that. More like it.
So me, it would be the one from my childhood that I still to this day have never even had a chance to hold in my hand, and that would be the Superpowers Cyborg.
Dope. That's a good one. That's a dope ass one.
Yeah, and then for the Secret Wars, it would be the Hobgoblin with the glider, because, I've only seen it once at a KB when I was 11, 12 years old, and I've never seen it again.
God, I miss KB.
Oh man, listen, when KB was shutting down, that's when like I went all out, and I was like fucking buying up like all the toys that they had that I couldn't get when I was a little bit younger, and I started getting my own money. I went all out at KB when they started shutting down. But dude, I would love for KB to come back. That was like the freaking it place. I liked it. To be honest with you, I liked it better than going to Toys R Us.
I miss Blockbuster.
Fuck yeah, me too, bro.
I like
that's three of those.
Place smelled like old popcorn.
Yep.
And where you actually had to dig out your membership card.
Nah, exactly.
I always enjoyed those. A lot of movies I probably never would have watched if I wasn't just going down the aisle and just looking at covers of VHS and DVD tapes.
Well, I used to watch back in the day. I used to watch movies that I was like, you go in there, you're trying to look for a certain movie and it'd be all rented out. So now I'm like, fuck, now I gotta go look for something else. That's how I ended up watching some of these other movies that I was like you said, that I never thought I'd ever watch because of that. But I will tell you, the convenience of not having to go into a store anymore and not having to wait in line to pay for your rentals and all this shit. Like now it's like, for example, you got Tubi, so free. I gotta watch a couple of commercials and I get to watch a fucking movie that I'm like, dude, I've never seen this. I have a whole array of freaking, different movies that I know that, that I used to watch, or like, that I wanna relive all over again. That's the cool part. But I know that they recently did a pop-up for Blockbuster down in Florida, I think it was. It was
they did do that.
Yeah, it was like a 3-day pop-up. I think it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was like, I don't know how that worked out though. Because were people going into that Blockbuster and renting, or were they buying the movie and then walking out?
Yeah, how are you gonna rent for a 3-day pop-up? Like,
yeah. So I'm assuming they were probably selling stuff.
Yeah, because even buying physical media has become more of a pain in the ass lately too.
Rest in peace.
Outside of eBay and Amazon, I mean, Best Buy just took their entire physical media and deep sixed it.
Yes, people will not know the benefits of $5 DVDs and that giant bins in Best Buy.
Exactly. Yeah, that's crazy too, man. I went to Best Buy, what was it, yesterday? And it's like you don't see nothing there no more. It's like I'm like, damn, because I needed to get a new washer. So my other washer fucking went out. It finally went just kaplunk, done. So me and the wife had to go there. We had to go to Home Depot. We ended up going to Costco to go get my washer because it was cheaper. And friggin' going to Best Buy, I'm like, Jesus, I'm like, this place looks just completely different now. Doesn't even look the same anymore with without the movie aisles and all that shit. I was like, this just sucks.
I guess I haven't been in there since they Deep Six did.
Same.
Yeah, exactly.
I did because when I need electronics, I'll go to B&H for video and audio equipment, and
yeah,
I'll just go to Costco's or to Bed Bath and Beyond for other appliances. So
yeah, but Bed Bath & Beyond's also dead.
not my area. Oh yeah,
I don't even think I don't even know. Do we? Nah, I don't have
none
no Bed
left in
Bath
the
and
city.
Beyond.
I think there's maybe one on like 22nd or something like that on like 6
Yeah, I didn't because I know I went to the freaking going out of business sale, and I know my mother-in-law, she bought a couple of fleeces and shit like that, but by the time we got there, man, that shit was already raided. There was like nothing there.
I could imagine. No, because there's still, for some reason, there's still two of them like a half an hour away from my parents' house.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Unless that my AI was giving me like old information.
Yeah.
I didn't actually call them because I found what I needed locally.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I didn't want to like have to beg a family member to drive me to take an hour out of their day to drive me back and forth to go pick up some appliances.
Yeah.
So I'm still in the process of. There's certain things I really like to just do old fashioned and go into a store for.
Is it a shakery?
No, it's furniture. You bunghole.
I think
all right, now let's be careful before we get accused of harassment and bullying from YouTube higher ups again. Sarah, I want to thank you for an amazing show tonight. I want to thank Mrs. Thuro for giving you permission to hang out with us.
Nah, likewise, man. I appreciate it, my brother. Yeah, no, I gotta ask for permission, or else she'll be coming down here right now and pulling me by my neck.
Yeah, anything you want to plug coming up on the Keeping It Up, Thuro?
I just go off of whatever's happening in the world, bro. I really can't give anybody like an exact, like, hey, here's the show update and things like that. It's just like, everything goes day by day on a day by day basis. One day it's like, hey, I want to decide to talk about this. Let me try to see if I can bring some guests on, or another time I could be like, hey, I want to talk about this bullshit that's happening over here, or something else comes across the table, and then I'll talk about it. But as far as like recorded material, that's gonna be coming soon too, because I fell off of it. I ended up going on my trip, got back, got sick, freaking, it just like put me downhill. But I'm going back up on it. I'm gonna start doing the videos for hunting for certain comic books that nobody ever talks about. That's gonna be back in the works.
That's the one part of your content I missed the most.
I appreciate it, man. No, everybody has been telling me, they're like, dude, where the fuck is the video? Yeah, everybody enjoyed them because they're quick. They were like 6 minutes. They're like 6-7 minutes. I went through a list of 5 books. I was like, yo, here's some books you want to freaking try to find out there in the wild. These shits are fucking dope ass books. Great story.
Can we talk about on why aren't my copies of X-Men 200 going up yet? I got like 40 of them shits, man.
Oh my god.
Kenny X-Men 200, I really think is either to, live or die on how people perceive X-Men 97.
How many? Yeah, that's honestly that's what's gonna happen with it, bro.
It's a great book. It's an iconic, a Magneto. They finally decided to make Magneto the head of the X-Men for a while. How it's going to translate to the small screen, or people who are under the age of, let's just say, 40 who.
See, and people have it. I'm looking on eBay right now about it, and some people are listing it as fucking X-Men 97. Yo, Jesus, we're savages, man.
Yeah.
Some people, not everybody, but the book is dirt cheap, man.
I know. So I bought a bunch of them for like next to nothing, and I was like, "Oh, X-Men 97."
Yeah, they're not going. Yeah, they're not going that much. I don't know, dude. I don't think. You know what's hard nowadays, bro? Like, now that you bring that up, I don't think that the drive for comic books based on shows and movies is there anymore, because a lot of people are just not.
I think either people got burned, or
exactly.
Just the hype that you had back. I actually think that the novelty of a TV show or a movie based on a comic book property is over now, is what it is.
This is your fault, Adam. You caused all this.
No, it's not my fault.
Yes, you do. I know you run Disney. You tell them what to do.
Oh boy, that fat blind bastard runs stuffing. Oh boy, I told him to give me hookers and drugs, and he gave them all the Donald Duck. That blind asshole. Oh boy.
If anybody knows what I was referencing, go watch Beyond Wednesday's post Epic Nation. I was quoting his comment where he says, "I run whatnot. I tell them what to do."
That fucking guy, man. He's hysterical.
He doesn't know. In a way, he's the gift that keeps on giving.
That's your dude. That's exactly right, bro. That is exactly right, good sir. I don't think it could have been said better, man.
So, Mark, you want to plug your stuff?
Yeah. Instagram calamity_collectibles spelled with an A. Hopefully, I will be set up tomorrow on First Ave between 67th and 68th Street if my shoulder is better. Also follow me calamity_collectibles on eBay with a 99.8% positive feedback, because eBay sometimes has idiots.
Sometimes.
I'm trying to give eBay the benefit of the doubt here, because there is some things that I do take fault in, with like that ASM 238 I told you about.
Yeah.
But I made it right.
Yeah, I thought as long as you treat people the way you want to be treated on eBay and you do things responsibly, you're fine. I like you remember my cat 230 story, and I took, but as long as you handle it in the right way and you keep the customer, even if you have to give a refund, happy to the point where they don't want your head on the platter, then you're good. Follow our homie, our man in the chair everywhere. I am JB Wills.
Shout out to JV, man.
Put JV on Ink Master.
Don't encourage him.
Just don't give me a fucked up tattoo.
No, just have Kyle Dunbar do one.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a tattoo of She-Ra done in your thigh.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm down for whatever. I was thinking something neo-traditional. As I'm getting like my tat today.
No, if you get in black and gray realism, you're gonna like it.
I might do that eventually.
Hey, Sarah, do you know any intervention? Anyone who can run an intervention? Because we have to do a tattoo intervention for the third future episode.
Nah.
I don't know. I don't know if I could do it, bro. I'm covered over here.
Tech gang. I'm working on mine, dog. I'm like literally like picking.
Oh yeah, this shit took, man. I used to sit. I don't know how the hell I did it. I don't have the patience, but I sat for fucking hours, man. Hours upon hours getting all of this literally everywhere done, all over, going up my arm, my back, everything on this arm, all that bro. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I did it.
I'm more worried about my right arm than my left.
Oh, for real?
Because my idea is like half man, half machine.
Oh, okay.
So like you got the man side on this, my left side, and then
yeah.
machine like Terminator type You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like,
Biomechanical.
yeah, mechanical parts.
Damn, that's gonna be cool, bro.
It will, but I definitely got to do that in sections because.
Now you do, bro. I'll tell you right now, the worst pain that I felt was because I got Afro Samurai up here.
Oh wow!
And I got the #1 headband across my shoulder. So when he did the red sun, yo, right on that bone on my shoulder, holy shit, bro!
yeah.
I was like fucking. I was like doing this. I was like, and then he had to like put in that deep red in there to get it. Bro, that was awful, man.
Bro, that was me when I was doing my Linkin Park tattoo today. Like,
oh really?
It's like right by like my shin.
Oh damn! Oof.
So, well, kind of like mid leg, and she's like, but it's dope. Like she took basically the concept I gave her, and then basically took the colors from the actual album, and then like faded into the wings. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, that's dope, bro.
But yeah, when she was doing the red, like my foot's like twitching like this. It's nuts.
Oh yeah. After that's how I was when I had my elbow here.
Yeah.
And when they were fucking hitting me with my elbow there, like this shit, because I did a samurai insignia and everything.
I could tell.
Yo, this shit was like, man, my fingers are going like this because it was like twitching from there hitting the funny bone. But I'll tell you right now, this shit hurt like a bitch, man, on my elbow. I friggin' dude, that was bad.
Yeah,
I don't forget that one. But outside of that, the other worst place too that I didn't think was gonna hurt, but it actually hurt was on my traps. So I got my Dragon Ball Z tattoos across my back on my traps.
Yeah.
That shit fucking, even my boy who does the tattoos, he was like, dude, he's like, I didn't think that was gonna hurt. I was like, bro, this shit
me neither.
Bad. And then it hurt, dude. It hurt. So it was all the Dragon Ball Z symbols that Goku had on his gis, to include the God, the God symbol Goku. I did all those symbols, dude. That shit was not pleasant, bro. That was awful.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, I wish you a speedy recovery on the tat, JV.
I'll be healed in like a couple days. I heal really quick.
Yeah, Wolverine that shit.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I do feel like Wolverine.
Deadpool that shit.
I'll take the wrap off, and people are like, "Yo, you only did one cleaning, and this thing already looks healed." I'm like, "Well, I heal pretty quick."
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And everyone, please follow the Wheels podcast over on Twitch. Let's get JB a nice following for when he comes back with new content.
Yeah, I'm working on that right now.
Yep, and everyone, hey, Mark, when are you gonna start taking when are you having your grand opening for taking appointments?
I'm gonna make the post tonight.
All right, awesome. You know, we'll hang out each other's units eventually.
First, anybody within the inner circle of people that I know gets a free lollipop.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. You know, but we're gonna make sucking lollies great again.
Oh, Jesus Lord!
I thought I was bad.
Remember, you don't decide to have a vision. It's not what happens to you; it's what you do about it. You can check me out at Instagram at The Real Blind Adam, X at The Comic Pimp, and please thumbs up, 1 in the pink, 2 in the stink, and I love you all. Blind Adam out.
Waka waka.